Alright, here we go. This is a ranked 1v1 on Twin Peaks between the green player on the left side, NuclearPizza in the Shark Helix, and the blue player on the right side, Turkleton in the classic Helix. I did emphasize the word ranked because this is very interesting. These two faction mates that play together, or at least did quite often, now I don't know so much, but they apparently joined the matchmaking queue at the same time, or at least Nuclear was a little surprised, so maybe Turk knew he was in the queue, decided to drop in and surprise him, and now they are both going for top, which has been pretty much the standard meta 1v1 direction, even multiple direction, because you know, the distance between post to post from the top outposts and the middle top is very, very short. And we do have Turkleton going with rockets immediately and Helix for both sides. So NuclearPizza going with rockets and experience boost immediately. Turk starting his unit cluster has a ratchet down, so that Gemini actually almost was killed by that T99, but the Gemini getting healed up does win. NuclearPizza moving up with ratchets and well, not with ratchets, with Gemini as well, but Patchers instead of a ratchet, so he will be able to get more, I mean slightly more healing units out, but at the cost of a slower healing rate, and probably the #1 reason people don't bring Patchers instead of ratchets is probably because Patchers definitely don't survive as long as ratchets, since they have a lot less HP. You know, they are much more vulnerable to artillery and bombs and things of that nature, even just to a unit sniped by an AirMech that, not necessarily even an AirMech that specializes in unit sniping like an Angel or maybe a Helix with rockets or a Hog, but even, you know, just normal gunfire, Patchers die very, very quickly. But as a double Helix game, you will not really see too much landing by either side, and if you do, it will not last for very long. Turk immediately hitting NuclearPizza on the ground, and Turk actually running out of energy. I do kind of sense that this will be a little bit of a very hesitant landing battle, and you know, the outposts are going to run out of energy kind of frequently, I would guess, just because both of these players are Helix. Tech pod down a little bit earlier for Turk, but not coming out with his higher tier units yet. No, okay, now Goalie is in queue, while NuclearPizza just still bringing out Gemini. Pretty much a standard top fight here at Twin Peaks. You know, both players using the outpost as cover, so it will be this kind of trench warfare thing, although it's not really a trench warfare thing, but it's more like a, you know, it's kind of like you have a big freaking block right here sitting in between your armies, so it's not trench warfare. I guess it's kind of like wall warfare, where you do have one big thing blocking wall style to counteract, or not to counteract, but to separate the two armies. And NuclearPizza slightly winning this battle, did have artillery up, while Turk only just had one there, and NuclearPizza had two. I guess that was probably the main difference, although NuclearPizza spamming rockets a lot more and was able to kill a few more of Turk's units, although it's probably mostly due to Turk pumping out that Goalie and having that tech pod out, so NuclearPizza was able to get the earlier advantage just a little bit. And now NuclearPizza grabbing that top outpost. However, Turk with 2 goalies and 1 Sonya down next to his artillery. So where is NuclearPizza Sonya? It is a little bit further behind. So Turk's 1 Archie. Oh, or Artie actually. I don't even know if it's in range. Oh, but NuclearPizza killing Turkleton. Oh, well, I kind of missed that. But oh, getting that tech pod, and NuclearPizza getting finished off on the way out. Turk respawning and finishing off NuclearPizza. Gonna try to snipe whatever he can in the meantime while NuclearPizza is respawning, but not able to finish off that artillery. A well-placed Seeker by NuclearPizza, preventing Turk from getting that kill immediately. However, was able to land and get the final hit on that Archie, or that Artie, I guess. And NuclearPizza now with a tech pod down on the field on a socket, so it will be slightly harder to kill than Turk's was. And definitely an advantage having this top outpost. Has a little bit more power, doesn't have to worry about that unit upkeep as much, and definitely has a little bit more income because of having that extra outpost. Now Turk switching his focus to the bottom, putting a Gemini down. It will go down to that Longhorn though if Turk doesn't you know, come down, and okay, now he will reinforce it with another one, putting it in front. Oh, but microing the wrong one back to heal, and it does go down. So NuclearPizza going to be able to get a little bit more of an advantage. It is 19 to 21 in terms of units on the field. But I think NuclearPizza, I mean, I guess Turk has a little bit more out on the field, but NuclearPizza has more in an offensive stance and in an offensive position, as opposed to Turk having all of his units in kind of more defensive position right here in this unit cluster and kind of surrounding this outpost, preventing NuclearPizza from maybe sniping that moneymaker or something like that. A lot of ratchet support with that goalie. I doubt NuclearPizza is going to be able to get that killed, but oh man, running out of energy on that top outpost, forced to go back to his close, and now Turkleton just producing more and more goalies. He can actually even produce one more, but has not queued it up quite yet. And NuclearPizza just bringing out more artillery. Artillery spam kind of coming back nowadays. Not necessarily the, I guess you would call it, meta-style play. And Turkleton putting down a goalie. I do think that will, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that will win this fight between that Gaddy, the Longhorn, and the Ratchet down there, those neutrals, and going to support it with the Gemini as well. I don't know if NuclearPizza is really aware that he's doing it. However, Turk isn't really flying over here, constantly trying to reposition Micro's units, so NuclearPizza should probably suspect something. However, he does have 2 artillery up, or 3 artillery up actually, and he can probably spare the time to do a quick scout, which he just did. Does realize Turk is going for the bottom, and those goalies are coming out for Turk and both Turk and Nuclear as well. And Turkleton grabbing this bottom outpost, the creeps walking in, grabbing, getting that claim for him. And that goalie very, very close to getting killed. Let's see if Turk can actually save it. It is smoking black NuclearPizza. It's just a matter of time. Oh, Turk does save it in time. And NuclearPizza is not going to be able to get, I mean, pretty much like the last minute or minute and a half or so, he's been trying to get that goalie killed and is not going to be able to do it. And now, I mean, but obviously does have the income advantage with that, with that power station. 3 moneymakers out on the field though for NuclearPizza. Oh, so he has a lunchbox here, so and a lunchbox here. So I guess Turkleton might actually even have the, I don't know the exact numbers for moneymaker now. NuclearPizza getting killed on the ground. Turkleton getting most of that damage with his rockets. But right now, I'm not 100% sure what the moneymaker income is. Let's see if okay, plus 50, and the power stations and outposts. Okay, I guess they don't have a credit generation number popping up there. And Turkleton, okay, yeah, Turk I think has a slightly more income, I guess, just because he has 2 moneymakers as opposed to, or 2 more moneymakers than NuclearPizza does. So I guess that will probably make up the difference of this power station's income. Turk doing a quick scout. What did he see? He did see pretty much a completely empty outpost. However, it is fully bunkered and does have a lunchbox on it. So it's not like it's something that Turk can actually neutralize quickly or something like that, just because there are no defending units. Actual defense unit type units. It's just those bunkered infantry, and now Turk bringing a pretty large goalie army down there, bringing it out. He can probably take the other outpost fairly quick, but NuclearPizza trying to drain that outpost energy by putting damage down on Turk. Or maybe actually just trying to hit it with his rockets. I'm not really sure. It's one of those two, probably. But now NuclearPizza coming out with goalies of his own, and Turk ferrying instead of sending. I really doubt that those light mines are really something to be concerned about. And I'm really, I guess NuclearPizza is just kind of screwing around, trying to keep Turk sort of distracted here. While his goalies are, being built. Might have been better off just straight up going to Turk's fort and just putting in whatever damage you could with those rockets instead, because I don't think he really got anywhere by just doing those rockets over Turk, or while Turk was over his fort. But now he is starting to push out, but those goalies have come down, and Turk instead going, pretty much has that bottom outpost claimed. Now NuclearPizza starting to leapfrog. Turk will be able to scout it now. This unit cluster here is pretty massive for Turkleton, so I doubt that NuclearPizza could actually break it with these incoming goalie. Maybe with those artillery will help, but I still really doubt it, especially because it's really, really close to Turkleton's outpost there, and he will be able to heal them up pretty quickly, grab whatever, whatever smoking black or whatnot unit is there because of Nuclear's push, and probably save the majority of his tanks, and does bring down even more goalies, so this will probably be shut down. These goalies will probably push through the defending ones on the blue side, but the numbers are definitely in favor of Turkleton. Position was definitely in favor of Turkleton. Well, actually, I probably spoke a little bit too soon. Turkleton didn't really have the numbers that, well, it was about even, and NuclearPizza was, I guess he was able to distract Turkleton for a long enough amount of time to let his units approach. He does have an okay presence here at this close center, close outpost, and has two okay, one now, but he did have 2 goalies, and now Turkleton's setting them on attack, the ones that he had on the bottom. So he does have 3 goalies going for NuclearPizza's fort, which is completely undefended. It does have a lunchbox, so it does have a 5% overshield, but it's definitely not going to be enough if NuclearPizza does not react. However, NuclearPizza was able to get about a third of Turkleton's life, you know, taken off just from that attack and from that repositioning. Turkleton gonna try to get this outpost neutralized, and that will definitely force Nuclear back. However, it might kind of telegraph to NuclearPizza that those goalies are coming. They are now just hitting the fort, and NuclearPizza does see it. He has 1 goalie coming out as well, so what will Turkleton do here in the meantime? Gonna go for that lunchbox, gonna eventually get that neutralized if NuclearPizza doesn't react or doesn't drop anything to counteract this specific drop, and Turkleton getting a pretty good surround. Even more goalies coming out, actually. Oh, I guess he pushed all the way from back here. And that is quite a lot of goalies at NuclearPizza's fort. I doubt he'll be able to salvage this. Just 1 Gemini coming out and 4 goalies face first into NuclearPizza's fort. So trying to get some blocking down, but Turkleton now does have an extra goalie, and NuclearPizza is going to eventually get finished off by all of these Goliath, and I think 1 Gemini sitting there as well, and that is it. NuclearPizza taking the defeat. Turkleton getting this ranked 1v1 match on Twin Peaks over his fellow faction mate NuclearPizza. NuclearPizza saying he miscalculated that attack. Kills about even score, not really that dramatically different. Well, I guess Turkleton did have 3,000 more, so he got a lot more kills than NuclearPizza did on you know, units, and I guess he did get 1 kill in NuclearPizza as well, but it's about the same. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. You know, Turk losing that top didn't really push hard for it. Went with the defensive style play, saved up enough units to do that bottom push, grab both bottom outposts, you know, do that push to NuclearPizza's fort. NuclearPizza not really scouting that bottom, just really focusing on grabbing Turk's center close, and you know, fell victim to that semi all-in push on the bottom. I mean, it was all in on the bottom. There was nothing left on the bottom, but Turk did have some units still sitting at the top over there at his center close, so it wasn't 100% all in. So that was able to do the job. Guys, if you have any replays to send in to me, high-level games, definitely appreciated, but not necessary. Send them into rey0x@gmail.com, or you could message me on Steam as well. It's all in my video description. All my forum posts. You guys can also win green stars. Not just by sending in replays to me, remember, but creating YouTube content, getting that support from the community, and it definitely will happen for you if you put it in the time and effort, for sure. So guys, this is RUI, and that is game. See you next time.